Well, hello. This is Felipe Augusto de Faria Alves. Nice to meet you. I am 21 years old, and thank you so much for the opportunity on this interview. I am very, very happy. So, about my history, I like to learn English since I was a child. I think since I was 5 to 6 years old. I was used to play a video game called The Legend of Zelda. I don't know if you know this game, but I started learning from there. I This is a puzzle game more or less, and you need to read the things for you can solve the puzzles. So I started to learn from by myself. And when I was 11 years old, um, I started to do my English course in the school called Quality Moji. Um, and I was there for some years, but then the school changed the name and then changed it again. And when I was studying English for 5 years, and I started to help my teacher and the students all by my own, without receiving my payment. Um, I started being my teacher helper, helping with the students, helping them in translation, and things like that. Well, let me think. Mm, about my main goal, I always wanted to be an English teacher. This was the first profession that I really wanted to work with because I really like to teach. I really like since I was young. I was used to teach my cousin English, and then in the school I was used to teach the students when they couldn't understand what the teacher said. Because my public school teachers, English teachers, wasn't so good. But unfortunately, this is the reality. So, mm, about my main goals, I want to become a teacher now because I already know how to be an helper, and I want to teach all by my own. And sooner I will improve my English, about my ability in teaching English, and um, I want to open my own school in a far future because I want to be a businessman, but especially with something that I love to do. Um, well, I never, I never teach business English, but I have training of that in another school that I had the opportunity, but they didn't want me, probably for some personal reason. But I did all that I could to give my best impression. So I was used to learn from iGo English, and I learned it from Cambridge too, some months in the same school, and it wasn't hard. The transition of books and methodologies and all. I am very good about adaptation in the things, and I learn the things fast. And why you should hire me? Well, I think because as my first time being a teacher, I can make the difference in your company. Like, I know that a lot of people come here, say a lot of things, and maybe I can be one more of them, but I am pretty sure that I am going to give all my best to impress you and make the difference in the life of my students. Because I think they deserve it, not just because they want it. Because same as I want to grow up in my life and um, get higher objectives, I want this for my students too. Even again, maybe I can be younger than them, um, but I think they deserve to know and learn the best that they can. And I am sure I can do this for you. And you say to I can remember. Well, I was checking the list, and that's all you wanted to me to say for you. So I'm going to say some things more. Telling about myself, I really like music. I really like rock music. Um, I practice karate. I skateboard sometimes, and I like to play basketball. They are my favorite things. I like to play video games. Um, I watch serials, movies. I really like anime. And I started to watch animes in English so I can train my English. Even watching then talking English and even with the subtitles. So um, a good point about me is I have the patience and accuracy to deal with the situations, even if it's hard or easy. And I have a bad point about me. I feel like I can get a little bit angry sometimes with a lot of pressure. But I say this in my first interview on my first job, and they did hire me because I told them, as same as I'm going to tell you, I can deal with this because I want to make the difference. I'm not thinking only on me, but in my students and in my company. As long as you hire me, of course. Um, so I learned to deal with this since my first job. I started to work with 16 years old, and in this time I was working, studying, and doing English course and other courses. So since I was young, I didn't use it to work and all. I didn't use it to deal with some hard situations. My first job was as a receptionist, and it was um, a very good job. The people that were there, I really liked them, and I talk with some of them since today. But the best thing is I was able to use English for the first time. In there was a few foreigner people, and they couldn't talk in Portuguese. And then I started to ask them, "Oh, can you talk in English?" I can. In the time I can talk more or less, and it was like magical. Have the first opportunity to do this. So the company really liked me. They they had a lot of expectations on me, but unfortunately I made my 18s, so the army called me, but they dismissed me, and unfortunately before that the company did that too. Well, some things happens for good, for better things happens next, and um I really hope this is my chance, but even if it's not, I'm not going to give up because I know my valor. I know how much things I can do in the life of my students and in this company. And of course, I'm going to learn more and be more professional. Well, that's it, and thank you so much for the opportunity.